Hi, my name is Erin, and I'm interviewing Lauren. She is a 24-year-old young woman who is currently unemployed. In 2009, she was convicted of stealing a car, of which landed her in jail for about 30 days. It's still on her record, so she's having a hard time finding a job. She recently was referred to me from domestic violence services because her boyfriend had beaten her up and kicked her out. And so she currently has a restraining order, but without having a job and without having a home, those are some needs that she has. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Hi, Lauren. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I have some basic details here, just of your case, but I was really interested in just hearing from you, what's kind of been going on.
Okay. Well, I am currently homeless. My boyfriend kicked me out of the house after he had been beating me for a little while. I have a restraining order against him right now, so I don't have any contact with him, and so I don't have any of my stuff or anything really because I just left. So I don't have any possessions, and I can't get a job because I have a record.
Okay.
So it's really difficult for me to get a job and then to be able to get housing. So.
Okay. Lauren, do you mind if I write some stuff down? Okay. I'm going to be asking you a lot of different questions and everything. All of this is confidential, so it stays right between you and I, unless you were to sign a release form, which we can talk about at another time. If you ever want to see anything that I'm writing, please let me know, and I'm more than willing to share that. So, Lauren, as I was listening to what you were saying that you currently are without a home, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your boyfriend, there's a history of abuse. Is this a domestic abuse, or what kind of abuse took place?
Yes, physical violence.
Physical?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, Lauren, so you currently don't have any possessions with you, so you are living within the homeless shelter right now, from what I'm gathering? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Lauren, can you tell me a little bit about your boyfriend? Are you still together, or I know that you said you don't have any contact, but are you still in a relationship with him, or what does that look like?
We're not in a relationship anymore.
Okay, how long have you guys been separated?
Since the last incident, I guess.
Okay, was that like a week ago?
That
2 months ago?
That was probably like a week and a half ago.
Okay. All right. So Lauren, I'm just going to gather some basic information here. This is a very typical process that we go through, just kind of seeing kind of where you're at with some of the services that we can provide and some options that we have for you to kind of get you back up on your feet again. Does that sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Lauren, have you been with any other agencies in the past?
Well, just DBS.
Just DBS. Okay. Was there a specific person that you were in contact with there, or
there was one woman. Her name was Michelle Smith.
Okay.
I think that was her name.
Okay, and how long ago was the service?
Well, I guess I went there maybe the night I left my boyfriend.
Okay, so a week and a half ago?
Yeah, like
Okay.
that first night, because I didn't have anywhere else to go.
Okay. Okay, so can you share with me a little bit about your family? Do you have a good relationship with them, or what does your family look like?
Well, my family doesn't really live near here.
Okay.
I came out here by myself a few years back. So I don't get to see them that often. I see them, over the holidays and things like that.
Okay.
But we don't get to see each other very much. I would say our relationship is okay. It's not bad or distant, but we don't get to see each other very much or talk that much. So.
Okay. Okay. So do you, how many people are in your family?
I have one brother and one sister, and then my mom and dad.
Okay. Do they all live in the same house?
No. My brother has his own family, and my sister has her own family.
Okay.
And then my parents are divorced, so they live in separate houses. So we all live in separate houses.
All right. How long ago did your parents get divorced?
My parents divorced probably around the same time when I was 18.
Okay. All right. So what does your social life look like?
I don't really have much of a social life. My boyfriend was the person that I spent most of my time with, so
Okay.
we spend a lot of time together, and that's the length of my social life.
Okay. So I wonder how it's been for you losing that main part of, like, that main connection out here. What does that look like?
The connection with my boyfriend?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because if he was, like, your main social life, like, oh, I wonder what that seems to look like now that he isn't part of your life.
Well, now that he isn't part of my life, I don't really have anybody to do things with. Not that I really have any money to do anything either. But I just don't have like a friend, a close friend to talk to or do things with. So.
Is that something that you desire, is some friendships out this way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have any other support systems out here? Do you have anybody that checks in on you or anybody that cares for you out in this area?
Well, my one aunt lives not too far away, and
Okay.
she kind of checks in every once in a while to see how things are going.
What does your relationship with her look like?
It's pretty good. I feel comfortable with her, and she cares for me.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier that you had a conviction. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that looks like?
Yeah. When I was 18, a group of friends from high school and I decided that we were going to steal a car. And so we got together, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks after our graduation, and we went out and we decided that we were going to steal the principal's car from our high school. And we went and took his car, and we got caught. So I was convicted and spent 30 days in jail.
Okay. What were your parents involved in your life during this time?
Yeah, that's kind of the time where our family kind of fell apart because I went to jail, and then my parents got divorced while I was in jail. Like, finally got divorced. So there was just a lot going on during that time.
Okay. And that is on your permanent record?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what it says on your permanent record?
Convicted.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I just
is
know
there
that
a way that I can get maybe a copy of like the legal documentation or anything?
I can try to do that.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great. So you mentioned that you graduated from high school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have any other education?
Well, I took a few classes at a community college, like after I got out of jail, but I dropped out.
Okay.
Because I couldn't pay for it. So.
Is that a desire that you have, is to go back to college?
I think in the long run, I would like to go back to college, but right now, it doesn't seem realistic. But yeah, and
Okay. So you currently do not have a job, correct?
correct.
Okay. Do you want to look into jobs? Is that something that you would want to do?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of jobs are you interested in?
Anything that will take me.
Anything that will take you. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have some preferences or?
Not really. I mean, I could waitress. I could do work at a gas station. I really don't care. Just as long as they'll take me. It's hard to get a job though right now.
Okay. So financially, what would you say that's a strength or a weakness? What would you say finances are?
Finances, I would say that's a weakness for
Okay.
sure. I have a little bit of savings, but not very much. So
Okay.
that's what I'm living off of right now. My boyfriend used to pay for everything, so.
Okay. How are you receiving food and everything right now? Is it through
Well, the shelter has
the shelter?
meals.
Okay.
It has like it has dinner every day. So
Okay. Does it serve breakfast and lunch?
it doesn't serve breakfast or lunch.
Okay.
So
do you only eat one meal a day then?
sometimes.
Okay. Do you currently receive any food stamps or any kind of government assistance?
No.
Okay. Is that something that you would be interested in looking into a little bit?
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. So you currently are living in the shelter. In the shelter, are you receiving any counseling or can you tell me a little bit about what your time in the shelter looks like right now?
The shelter is basically a place where I eat dinner and sleep.
Okay.
It's not a place that I spend most of my time at. So that's all it is to me. It's just where I sleep and I get a meal a day.
Okay. So what do you do during your time that you're not at the shelter?
I just go out, walk around. Sometimes I try to look for jobs and stuff.
Okay. Lauren, if you can describe to me 3 strengths that you might have, what would you say are some of your strengths?
I would say that I'm pretty motivated to getting my life back in order. think one of my strengths is being flexible with just adapting to different situations, like living in a shelter.
Yeah.
And maybe I am pretty caring.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are really amazing qualities to have. I see a lot of strength in your story. The fact that you were able to endure the abuse from your boyfriend, and that you had the courage to leave and to escape that. I think that shows a lot of courage and a lot of strength on your part also. So I'm really encouraged to see that. Lauren, if you were to go to bed tonight and wake up tomorrow morning and two things were to be different, what would you say those two things might be?
I would not be living in a shelter, and I would have my own job and be able to support myself.
All right, well, we are going to certainly try to aim towards that goal there. All right, so just some basic information to cover real quick. Are you currently on any medications?
I mean, I had to take some pain medicine after my boyfriend, I broke a rib, so
Okay.
I had to be on some medication for that.
Okay, are you still on that medication?
It's almost finished. The prescription is almost in.
Okay, do you know what it's called by chance?
No, it's just a painkiller. So.
What was your doctor's name?
Dr. Smith.
Okay, I hear he's a good doctor. He's right in the hospital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Dr. Smith is your primary care physician?
I don't really have a primary care physician.
Okay.
So Dr. Smith is who I saw in the hospital.
Okay. So you're currently on pain relievers for broken ribs. Do you have any side effects from the medication or anything?
No.
Okay. Any medication allergies?
No.
No? Okay. Do you feel safe in the shelter that you're living at currently? I know that you're not there very much, but do you currently feel safe whenever you are there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Do you feel threatened in any way whenever you're there by any of the other families that are there or any of the staff?
Mm-hmm.
No? Have you had any other kinds of abuse, such as emotional, sexual, or financial abuse in the past?
No.
No? Okay, just physical?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was by your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you and your boyfriend together?
We were together 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So other than the restraining order, was there any other legal actions that were taken?
No.
Okay. Do you currently have a safety plan if you were to see your boyfriend in public?
No.
No? Okay. We're going to set one of those up. just in case. I know that the restraining order probably has a lot. The restraining orders that I've seen in the past have a lot of restrictions and everything. So maybe we could just kind of talk through that and what that could look like if he were to ever come to see you or something like that here. Would you be interested in that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever had any thoughts of suicide? No? Okay. Okay, so what is your sleeping like?
Well, it's kind of hard to sleep in the shelter sometimes, just because there's so many people and it's not a home, so it doesn't, it's hard to sleep there sometimes, but I get enough sleep, I think.
Okay, do you ever have trouble falling asleep, or is it really just staying asleep, or what does that look like?
Trouble getting to sleep,
okay.
Really.
Okay, and once you're asleep, you're fine?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. What about your appetite? What is your appetite?
It's fine.
Fine?
Yeah.
Pretty normal, other than just eating dinner some days and looking more into a more steady food plan. Okay. All right. Do you have any history of tobacco, alcohol, drugs?
Using them?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've drank alcohol before.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, do you consistently, go out and party? Can you tell me a little bit about what your use of alcohol looks like?
Recreational.
Recreational?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but you don't go out a lot or anything like that where it's anything for us to really dig into. Okay. Okay, so Lauren, if you can think of maybe 2 or 3 goals at the end of our time that you would want to be on our way to accomplishing, what would those 2 or 3 goals look like?
Getting a job.
Okay.
Number 1 goal. And the second one would be moving out of the shelter.
Okay. I think that those are 2 very realistic goals that we're going to be able to definitely work towards. So Lauren, I would just love to go over this real quick with you just to make sure that I have just some of the basics and that I'm understanding what you have shared with me. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're currently residing in the homeless shelter. Because of your previous conviction at age 18, it's really hard for you to be able to find a job. You desire to have close relationships with friends and kind of expand your social life. You desire to go back to college at some point down the road. And you would really enjoy a job, moving into more permanent housing and looking into more of the government assistance that you would be able to get, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that all right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. So real quick, I want to go through the safety plan with you. So if your boyfriend were to come to the shelter and visit you, what is an action that you might be able to take if that were to happen? Leave? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple different options that you can have. You can be able to communicate with the other staff members there. If you were to happen, if you're staying in a women's shelter, usually men are not allowed into those shelters. I want to look a little bit more into the shelter that you're in. You also could call the police, because if you have a restraining order and that is broken, you have the right to call the police whenever that does happen. Or you can leave. Just make sure that somebody knows where you are going. That way they can check in on you later on down the road. Okay? Does that sound okay with you? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to be meeting with you in the next couple days here. We're just going to put together some goals that we're going to be talking through, just to be able to really kind of make this a realistic just list of things that we can actually accomplish together. Some check mark things that we can cross off the list whenever they happen. In these next few days, maybe on your walks around town, whenever you're not in the shelter, maybe if you would want to start collecting some applications, that way we can look through those. Maybe you can have some conversations with the managers and ask them what convictions look like. And if they would be willing to hire. Do you think that that's something that you would be able to find some time to do over this next week or so?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Great. All right, Lauren, I'm going to set up a time with you to come back in, and then we will go from there. Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right. Well, have a great day.
Thanks.